Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
I'm playing the intro music.
There's intro music?
Yeah, a friend of mine made me intro music.
What a nerd.
You're a nerd.
What a damn nerd. Loser.
Sorry, man. Welcome to the Drew Yari Show. It is March 7th, 2018, and it is Wednesday. I'm your host, Drew Yari, and with me is my returning guest host.
God.
I thought you were Lucifer.
Oh, you're right. I'm Satan. Hi. How are you doing?
All right,
I'm Devin.
what's going on, man?
Life.
Anything in
Crippling
particular?
depression.
The usual.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Nothing new, really. Just working on stuff. Videos for ICE. That YouTube channel I'm part of. Name dropping.
You shameless self-promoting.
Shameless self-promotion.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. Divulge more on what's coming up for this YouTube channel of yours.
Well, something I'm working on right now that I should have been working on for a while now, but due to life and procrastination, I'm finishing it right now as I'm recording this. I'm making a teaser trailer for a video that I'm doing that'll be released on my birthday. Since my birthday lands on a Wednesday, how appropriate would it be to do a very over the top video for my little Temple of Helios series that I talk about everything and anything I care about, mostly nerd shit. So I'm going to be doing a video on Marvel characters, but my variation of them.
Explain.
With, like, okay, so you know how Marvel has in the comics, if you read any of it, has the multiverse?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm literally making my own Marvel universe in the multiverse with different variations of characters and different sets of stuff. And the first video for my birthday I'll be doing is my own version of the Avengers in the said universe. Marvel 9692. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
And I'm going to be doing, the Avengers and how they join and why they join and what happens a little bit in their lives and shit.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, I'll be very intrigued. Because shit's weird. And I like it. I like weird.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm a huge fan of weird myself.
Like, I haven't quite figured out the whole roster of Avengers yet. But so far, I have... Where's my list? Shush, cat. I made a list. I have... Well, I don't know if I'm going to keep her. I'm okay, so I have... Two of them I'm not too sure on. So far, I have Mr. Fantastic, Namor... So far, the only three I have for sure that I'm going to be doing is Namor, Mr. Fantastic, and a new hero called Crimson Recluse.
Crimson Recluse.
Yes.
Who is Crimson Recluse, Dad?
Why would I tell you that?
Oh,
I'll give you a hint. It's this universe's one of this universe's spider people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Peter Parker, because Peter Parker in this world is not Spider-Man at all. He ends up being the Ghost Rider, but that's a whole nother story.
Interesting.
Yeah. this person is a female and is connected to Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's a hint right there on who it could be. But someone really close to Peter Parker in the history of the character. Like, when you think of Peter Parker, who's the next person you think of?
Who's the next person?
Who's the first female you think of when you think of Peter Parker?
Mary Jane.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So Mary Jane, in this world, ends up becoming a... Oh, God, how do I explain it? So, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. It's really weird. I don't know if I'm going to make it make sense or not when I say it. But, okay, so in this world, there is a... Okay, have you ever read the Spider-Verse storyline?
I really want to. Yeah.
Oh, do it. It's freaking bomb as hell.
We have to get into the animated movie, but go on with your story.
Oh my god. So, you know how all the or whatever and the multi-connected, and they kind of give they talk about, well, in the story they have a character called the Weaver, and he kind of bridges them, I guess. There's a connection between them all. So I elaborated on that, and in this world there is a pocket dimension known as the Realm of the Weavers, I guess. I'm gonna change the name. But in this little pocket dimension, it has all this web and these spiders that make the web. And all these webs connect to the different spider people in the multiverse. And it's all protected by these little cosmic, interdimensional, whatever spiders. And they're ruled by a queen, which is a person. And due to complications, which I'm not going to get into right now, but Mary Jane ends up being and coming, and when she dies, she ends up in this world, if you will. And the previous queen is dying as well, and she's like, "Hey, I want to give you life. Would you like to take my spot as the Queen of the Weavers?"
Okay.
And you get a new chance at life, and set of powers and shit. And she didn't really go into the power. She said, "Would you want a new chance at life? Take my place." Mary Jane takes her place, and she becomes the queen of these spiders.
Okay.
Controlling, like, keeping an eye on the webs of the different spider people and the connections of the multiverse and stuff. And I don't know what else to talk about. And she ends up becoming a superhero, like full costume and everything. And she ends up choosing the name Crimson Recluse, which I know it sounds really weird, but I'm like, okay, what name do I want? I'm like Crimson and then Recluse. I'm like, well, Brown Recluse, but that just sounds. So Crimson Recluse to me sounds very weird, but I like the name.
Well, like, aren't most superhero names kind of weird?
Yeah. I think Crimson Recluse really mushes well together. So their power sets, and their power set is she could open like portals and shit from different dimensions. So if I ever were to do any stories with her, she could end up popping in through like the multiverse and shit.
Yeah, because
by going through the webs or whatever. So.
Because this is an interesting topic we can kind of get into, where it's like, it just seems like a lot of these comic book writers nowadays, instead of making new characters, all they do is just kind of take current characters and just make new people out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, example, they made Iron Man a sassy black teenager.
Okay, that's two different characters. She's not even Iron Man. It's Ironheart.
She still became Iron Man.
She doesn't go by Iron Man, though. Honestly, she's totally different than Iron Man.
Or they made Miss Marvel a Muslim teenager.
Nothing's wrong with that. It's a cool character.
Again, this isn't me trying to say, "Oh, my superheroes need to be American."
Oh no, I get you. Miss Marvel's case, the name was passed down to her from Captain Marvel.
Well, no.
So.
The point I'm trying to get at is that it just seems like a lot of writers, instead of making new characters, they're just saying, "Yeah, we'll just give this guy this character."
Oh yeah. That's just Marvel and DC's just because DC has kind of the same problem. When was the last time DC really made a new character, or Marvel for that matter?
I think the last new character that anyone made, I think it was either Deadpool or Harley Quinn.
Scratch that. I lied. Marvel did make some new characters.
Who?
Have you in the new series for Avengers, Avengers No Surrender, which is a Marvel event that's been going on every week since January. It's the Avengers series, and they have a new set of villains in there.
Okay.
With that I've never seen before. So they have a bunch of new villains that they made. But aside from that, yeah.
Like?
Let me get my books. They have someone who's from the Kree, like Captain Marvel, has similar powers to her, same suit and everything, but he goes by some other name. It's the... Where are you? Lethal Legion is the group name. Let me see. Let me try to find an issue that has them all.
Lethal Legion.
The Lethal Legion. So they have Captain Glory, Drawl, Metal Master, the Blood Brothers, and there's some other ones that I can't even pronounce their names. But Captain Glory is basically another person from the Kree.
Okay.
That guy's powers from the same place as Captain Marvel, because his uniform has that star that she has. I kind of want to know the backstory of these guys, but basically in this Avengers series, Earth gets taken. One day everything's perfectly fine, the next day the Earth just disappears from where it's at and gets transported somewhere else, and everyone's freaks out about it. Everyone's perfectly fine, right? And then the Earth just disappears, and Captain Marvel's did we turn the ship around? So they're wait, let's look at the other direction, and there's nobody there. And then she's like, oh, the planet's what? It's gone. What do you fuck? It's gone. And you kind of find out that it's a battle between Grandmaster and another guy, another person called the Grandmaster. The Grandmaster took the name from. It's a weird storyline. So apparently the Grandmaster took the name from someone else who was named the Grandmaster. That makes sense. He brought centuries before. Apparently, I guess he played a game with this guy, or the past Grandmaster. One took his name and put him in another dimension or some shit, and he came back and he challenged the new Grandmaster, the one we all know, to a battle. The Black Order, which is Thanos' children, versus Lethal Legion. And Earth is the battleground. While the Avengers, what's left of them, are trying to be what the hell's going on? They're trying to take out these two groups.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a pretty good story.
Speaking of Grandmaster, did you pick up your copy of Thor?
The new Thor? No.
The Thor 3.
What? Oh. They released that already?
They released it on Tuesday, bro. They released it yesterday.
Bitch, where? What? I didn't know that.
You work at Target, bro.
Okay, I don't pay attention to release. They don't tell us anything. I work in the food area, for God's sakes.
I'm pretty sure they have two fucking banners saying Thor 3 Ragnarok.
I haven't seen any banners in the front. It's probably in the back.
God damn it, Devin.
I don't walk to the back of the store.
They have them at the front of the fucking store.
Well, then they didn't have it up because I didn't see it while I walked out.
Okay, well, now you know.
Well, cool. That's great. You want a cookie? Fuck.
Yes. No. Yes, I do want a cookie.
I'll poison it and then give it to you.
I'll put Viagra in yours.
Oh, okay. Cool. Great. I'm not gonna. I could say a comment, but I'm not going to because this will end up on the internet. And I don't want to be that vulgar.
Oh, it's not like anyone listens to this show.
No, but my luck, someone will, and this be like, really, Devin? Like 2 years down the line.
Whatever. Anyways, Infinity War. It apparently is going to be 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Okay, do you want a trophy? People are freaking out that it's so long, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't surprised? I'm not surprised. I already knew that.
I'm not complaining, or I'm not surprised either, because this is going to be
People
a
are
huge...
like acting, so shocked, and I'm just like, really? I could have told you they were going to make it really long. Like,
It's like the biggest fucking Marvel movie of all time. Everybody's going to be in it, so naturally it's going to be 2.5 hours.
I was hoping it was going to be like 3. They were really going to take a stretch and make it 3 hours. Because everybody would stay there.
I know there are some people that complain about superhero movies being too long.
Oh, no. I want them longer. As long as they're good, I don't care. It could be a 4-hour movie, and I'll still sit there.
I think what it comes down to is that the reason why they say that is because these movies are supposed to be marketed towards kids, but they're not really for kids. So how do you expect?
I don't think ever were marketed towards kids.
No, but like the whole thing about superheroes is marketed for kids. It's seen as, for kids mainly, but it's something that adults can enjoy more, if that makes sense. And
yeah, I mean, I get that. But have you ever read a Marvel comic book? Kids? I don't think so. I mean, yes, kids and young teenagers are the ones who read it, but I'm sorry, if I have like a 10-year-old and they bring home a Marvel comic, especially some of the newer ones, we're going to have a conversation because there's some dark shit in those stories that are not suitable for kids.
Like Punisher Max?
Yes.
Which I have.
For God's sakes. This book this comic issue I have right here is rated T+, which is like 16 and up. And that's most of Marvel. So kids, I'm just like, bitch, where?
Bitch, where?
Where?
I don't even think kids younger than like 10 or 9 read comics.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, speaking of comics, I have a collection on my laptop that I got from Get Comics that I've yet to read. Captain America, Man at a Time, Dark Knights, The Metal, that Moon Knight that you showed me.
Yes.
And Secret Wars.
Ooh, that's my first series I ever read.
Mm.
I started reading Marvel comics when Secret Wars. It was like right in the middle of Secret Wars, like the 3rd or 4th issue in, and I decided just to buy a bunch of issues, and I joined in. I dived right in from there. And I was just like, the second I saw Black Panther control a horde of zombies, I was like, bitch, yes. Hi, I'm here. Spoiler alert. Sorry, if you haven't read it, Black Panther gets hold of the gauntlet and controls a horde of zombies.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture when he's holding the Infinity Gauntlet. You see all these motherfuckers behind him.
Mm-hmm, they're all zombies. He's the king of the dead, motherfucker.
Then does that mean that he holds the Soul Stone? Or the Soul Gem? Or whatever it's called?
I have a theory about that.
Well, let me get to my theory first. Did you ever see these series of posters they released for Infinity War where it shows all the stones and it has all the like certain Avengers on each stone? It has Cap on the Space Stone, it has Thor on the Reality Stone, it has Star-Lord on the Power one. What is it? Doctor Strange on the Time one.
Of course, like you do.
And I forgot what other ones they have. There's Soul, and then there's a missing one.
I don't know.
Oh wait, that's 5. I just named 5. Yes, the Soul Stone had Iron Man on it.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh.
So there was a theory that somebody posed that what if Tony Stark's father Howard created Tony with the Soul Stone?
That's a bit much.
Because you remember in Iron Man 2, he's watching tapes of his dad, and his dad tells Tony, "You are my greatest creation."
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I do think that it's either Howard has it or Howard had it, or it's in Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Now, one theory I have is that Howard Stark has it and gave it, and somehow Tony has it on him, but he doesn't know it's that. There's a theory that I came across that his little thing that's power is his suit.
His arc reactor? The arc reactor?
Is the soul gem, or has a connection to the soul gem.
Because you remember in the first 3 movies, he said it was the one keeping him alive.
Yeah. So there's a theory of that. There's also a theory of... Okay, you know the plant in Black Panther?
Yes.
That purple herb?
Yes.
I have a theory that what if... Because the purple herb, when someone eats it, they go to this other world and they talk to the dead.
Okay, then that has to be it.
And then the soul gem, in the comics, when you use it or whatever, you go to like a little pocket dimension where there are souls that are in the soul gem. So my theory is, what if the thing that's in the ground where the plants were growing is the soul gem, and the plants grow from the soul gem?
Yeah.
The plants have the magical properties or whatever from the soul gem. Because when they burn, spoiler alert, when they burn the plants in Black Panther...
We might as well just get into Black Panther. Spoiler alert. Go ahead.
So when they burn the plants in Black Panther, I was talking to some of my friends like, "Oh no, the plants are gone," and I'm like, "Do you really think Marvel would do that?" I don't. Sounds too easy. The plants aren't gone. They're not gonna have the last Black Panther be him, T'Challa. That's not gonna be a thing. So I have a theory that the soul gem is buried in the ground, which is why half the movie in Infinity War takes place in Wakanda. It's a good portion of the movie takes place in Wakanda. Like the big battle scene that we see in the trailer, that's in Wakanda.
So, they're obviously in Wakanda. Where do you think Tony, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange are at?
Probably New York.
Really? I mean, because it looks like they're in space.
Well, okay. I mean, obviously, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Peter Parker is in New York when he sees that thing floating in the sky. And when he's on that little gadget thing, it's still in New York, unless it's like in the atmosphere or some shit.
Yeah, because it showed him in that Super Bowl trailer climbing on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Sorry, my animal.
That's
My dog's being a pain. She's being
Yeah,
a pain.
that's animals for you.
But yeah, I think that the soul gem is either Wakanda or is connected to Howard Stark, or both, because you never know. Because Howard Stark, I swear, he has connections to Wakanda. He has to. There's no ands or buts about it. He has to have connections to them.
Yeah, well, that's how he created a Cap shield. It was created from vibranium, and vibranium comes from. Wait for it.
Wakanda. Unless it's the anti vibranium, which that comes from another place. But still, I'm pretty. They haven't brought that into the universe until they had that deal with Fox, and then they can bring that in.
Ooh, that's some
I'm
weak.
sorry, vibranium is stronger than adamantium anyway, so that doesn't even matter at this point, my good sir.
All right, so how is what's the difference between both?
The properties of the metal. One's from the asteroid. The other one, I have no idea. But vibranium like rip through adamantium like tissue paper. So vibranium's stronger regardless. So if it was adamantium, that's pretty depressing because that's not even compared on the same playing field as vibranium.
Yeah, well, that's what was used to make Wolverine.
Well, that's depressing. Actually, get rid of vibranium altogether. Not vibranium, adamantium, and make Wolverine with vibranium.
Interesting.
That'd be cool.
Shit, this whole world can use some vibranium.
My interest is in Infinity War. There's no Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. Infinity War is Infinity War. And that's it. Supposedly.
No, it's split into 2 parts.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not anymore.
That's what Anthony Mackie said. That they were filming.
No.
Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish? He said that it started back in 2016 that they were filming both parts for a year straight. Because you're right. It wasn't going to be called Part 1 and 2. They were going to give it different titles. Because now this one's called Infinity War. Part 4 is going to be called something else.
Yeah. Do you know the rumors right now?
I think it's going to be called Infinity Gauntlet.
I don't think it's going to have Infinity in the name, period. I think it's going to be the Skrulls.
Well, yeah. Well, in this first one, everyone's going to die, and Thanos is going to get the stones, and then Part 4 is going to deal with the ramifications, and it's going to bring in more people like Captain Marvel, and maybe the Netflix characters. Because to me, it's just retarded how the movies don't acknowledge the television shows, because it's like all this shit's going on in New York, and you don't even see like a glimpse of Luke Cage or Daredevil, where they're just like hiding in the back, like, yeah, you guys can deal with that. So I don't know. I want to see them show up somehow.
So here's my theory on that.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to deal with Infinity War really. Or if Thanos is involved, it's going to be with the Skrulls too. Because rumor has it. Rumor. So theory is, since Captain Marvel's movie is the villain of that movie is going to be the Skrulls. Skrulls are going to be in it.
Yeah.
And in Infinity War, rumor has it, or theory has it, someone's going to die. If not everybody, someone's going to die. It's important. And when they die, they're going to pull in Elektra and the Skrulls, like they did in the comics. Like in the comics, Elektra dies and she turns to a Skrull.
Okay.
And then they move into the storyline called Secret Invasion. There's a theory that someone's going to die, a.k.a. Captain America or someone big like that. They're going to die and turn green and turn to a Skrull. And that's when you go into Captain Marvel's movie that explains how the Skrulls got there and whatnot with the Kree and shit. And the fourth one is going to be with Secret Invasion.
Okay.
Either that or a mix of that with Thanos. I don't understand why Thanos would want to deal with the Skrulls. That's my theory. I don't think the Secret in the fourth Avengers movie is going to have anything to do with Thanos. Personally. Because why would they take the name off and be like, oh, we're not telling you anything about the fourth movie now. It's under wraps. We're keeping everything top secret. So I don't think the fourth Avengers movie is going to be connected to Thanos.
Because Kevin Feige said what happens in this one is going to have to do with what happens in the fourth one.
That would make sense when if one of the Avengers ends up being a Skrull. That still makes sense.
Well,
if it happens in that one, it ramifications with that.
The rumor is that it's Cap.
Yeah, I want that to be Cap, because the whole Cap and Bucky thing is just like, can it end? Can it just end, please?
Like, because you remember, I don't know if you remember the line in Civil War where Zemo tells Cap, there's a little bit of green behind those eyes.
Oh, I know, and I was like, oh, is that a reference, girls? That's when the theory started, and I just went, what?
Theory! Bitch, where?
Yeah, I kind of hope it is, though, because that'd be freaking awesome. But then again, we don't want Cap. I don't want Cap. After Cap's done. Like, he has 3 movies. Cool, Chris Evans, deuces, cameos, great. Otherwise, bye. I want to see more of, like, Scarlet Witch. and Captain Marvel and all these other guys. That goes for Thor and oh my god, and Iron Man. I think Iron Man's going to have cameos. I don't think he's going to disappear right off the bat.
Well, also because Chris Hemsworth, he doesn't make any good movies besides Iron Man.
I wouldn't say that. Cabin in the Woods was good.
That bear in mind that was before he did Iron Man. That was before he did Thor.
Actually, I think that was around the same time he did. After
I remember you told me specifically this movie actually was made in 2009, but then when Avengers came out, or after the first Thor came out, that's when they decided to release it.
Oh, that's true. It's true because I think Cabin in the Woods came after Thor, but I think it makes sense. I think they recorded it before. Blah blah blah.
Blur blur blur.
But honestly, I don't know they're going to make another Iron Man movie. Robert Downey Jr. is too expensive. He's too pricey now.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. also said that he doesn't want to see anyone else in that role.
I mean, that's true. They're not going to make anyone else in that role.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to sabotage the studio if someone else got cast in the role.
I don't think they would, unless they decide to do like a prequel or some shit where he's younger. Then maybe, but I don't even think that. If they made like a prequel.
Or what if they do a storyline where Peter takes on the reins of Spider-Man? I mean, as Iron Man.
I mean, he's getting the Iron Spider suit. That's already been confirmed due to toys.
Or what if Black Panther's sister becomes Iron Man?
Ooh, make her Ironheart. I'd be okay with that.
Since she's apparently as intelligent as Tony Stark.
I'd be okay with that.
Anyways, let's get into Black Panther. I mean, we already talked about it a little bit, but what were your thoughts?
I loved it. It wasn't it wasn't the best Marvel movie of all time, but it sure was up there.
It's definitely top 10. My top 10.
Top 5 for me.
But I loved it. I will definitely see it again. I thought the cast was great. I thought the villain was great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Michael B. Jordan can pull off being a villain, but I was wrong.
Oh.
I thought the humor was right for the movie, because most Marvel movies they try to make it too funny, but they made it more, kind of sarcastic funny.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the sister, she was kind of like the scene stealer.
Oh, she's great.
Let me get your thoughts on this because there's another podcast I listen to. It's called Fat Man on Batman. It's Kevin Smith's podcast, and his co-host Mark Bernardine. He was talking about Black Panther, and he kind of made an interesting point that I need to watch the movie again to kind of realize it. He said any scene that T'Challa was in, anytime he had someone else with him in that scene, that other person kind of overshadowed him. So, What do you think about that?
Well, if that's the case, I don't think it necessarily ruined it.
I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying, like, when you think of T'Challa's character compared to the other Marvel heroes, he didn't really seem like he had too many problems. Most of his problems, stem from his dad, but all in all, he didn't really seem like he was too broken, like a Cap or an Iron Man.
I don't think he needs to be, though.
Again, this isn't me trying to say he is, but it's just
I know what you're saying. I mean, he has major family issues. That's for sure.
Like he's in a scene with Killmonger, and of course Killmonger killed it, quote unquote, or no pun intended. His little sister, she pretty much stole every scene she was in. Michonne from Walking Dead, she pretty much ate the scenery. What is it? Everett Ross, he killed it. Andy Serkis killed it. So I mean, I love Chadwick Boseman. I think he's a great actor, and I thought he's awesome as Black Panther. But it just seems like every other character kind of outshadowed him in every role, in every scene.
Well, kind of agree with that. At that point, I mean, this movie, we already know by this point Black Panther in ways like. So the fact that in the scenes that he kind of took a back seat for the side characters, I kind of get that because the side characters we really don't.
Yeah.
Now, I know it's like an origin story. We had no idea who Black Panther was. With the fact that we already met and fell in love with T'Challa back in Civil War, I agree, but I don't think that really ruined it for me. That made me love the side characters, the other characters even more.
I think
he took a back seat.
Well, that's what makes a good movie overall is when there's good side characters, not just like the main characters, owning the movie, and the side characters are just like really not interesting. Yeah. You need a good supporting cast to carry a movie, especially the star of the movie.
So we already love T'Challa. We don't need a movie to make us fall in love with T'Challa when we already had Civil War to do that for us.
Oh yeah, I agree. So, what was your favorite scene throughout the whole movie?
Ooh, what was my favorite scene? I liked the scene where it was the climactic battle between T'Challa and the people following him, and Killmonger and the people following him. Betrayal. Oh, I love royal drama. So great. My favorite part of that was with one of the tribes. The tribe leader that sided with Killmonger. He had a romantic relation with the leader of the Dora. I cannot think of their names.
You mean the guy from Get Out?
Yes. The guy from Get Out and the girl from Walking Dead. That moment where he was just like, are you really going to try to fight me? And that split second, you're like, ooh, is she going to kill him? I wish she would.
Without question.
Oh, hell yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. I love that scene. It's so great. Because she owned it.
I can't really think of a favorite scene. There's a lot of scenes I can choose from. I liked, any scene Killmonger was in, he kind of owned the scene. Especially when, he first appears on screen in the museum. And, he's teaching the person at the museum the history of the Wakandan shit, and she's trying to say, oh well, this is how it happened. And he just goes, nah, your ancestors stole it from us. And then that's when Andy Serkis comes in, and that's what kind of separates them both, is that Andy Serkis is just a piece of shit in the movie. Like, he doesn't care who he hurts. Like, he tells that guy, I want you to run out of here. And don't tell anyone what happened. And he runs and he kills him anyway.
Yeah.
And then Killmonger, he just always had some really good dialogue in it. Probably the funniest scene, or probably one of his best lines, is when he's at the palace, and he sees Black Panther's mother, and he goes, "Hi, Auntie." I think what made that funny was just that he's in a royal palace surrounded by royalty, and when he said that, he's like, "What a dick."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh god, that's so cringeworthy," but it was so perfect.
Oh, and how can I forget this? What is it? Umbaku, or Jabari Tribe, or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Man Ape.
Yeah, I love him. He's great.
When he's talking to Martin Freeman, and he goes, "Say not another word, or I will feed you to my children." He goes, "I'm just kidding. We are vegetarian."
Oh yeah, I thought that was freaking hilarious.
He did an amazing job too. He was only in the movie for like half an hour,
something like that. Yeah.
And then him and his tribe come in and help T'Challa out.
Yeah, which I knew he was going to, but part of me was like, "Oh god, is he going to help him? Please tell me he's going to help him." I'd be disappointed if he didn't.
I mean, you knew he was going to help him.
Yeah. For the mere fact of after Killmonger was done with T'Challa, who do you think he was going to go after next? He would have gone straight up after him after he dealt with T'Challa. That would have been a given. Because he would be his problem.
True.
If he didn't help.
So, what'd you think about the post-credit scenes?
I liked them. Did you get the reference when they brought in Bucky?
What do you mean?
All right, so in the end credit scene.
Oh, wait, you mean when they called him White Wolf?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
It's a whole other superhero.
He's supposed to be like a substitute for Black Panther?
Yeah, in the comics, he was like some white guy that Black Panther took in.
Yeah.
And took care of or whatever from when he was injured or some shit. And at some point he ends up becoming like another hero from Wakanda.
Ooh.
So people are speculating that Bucky is going to become that character.
Yeah, because I read up on the character. That was a storyline where Black Panther takes over as Daredevil, right?
Daredevil, what?
What? You don't know? Devin doesn't know comic storyline?
I don't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a storyline, I think, where Matt Murdock, / Daredevil, he had to go away for a bit. And T'Challa took over as Daredevil for Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, I did not know that. That's news to me.
Oh, look, it's me, Yari, teaching Devin about comics.
Well, shit like that, yeah. Because I did not know that.
Yeah, well, like when I saw the subtitles said White Wolf, I didn't really think too much of it. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, okay. Interesting to me. And then the first one they showed, I was like, that easily could have just been the ending of the movie. That didn't have to be a post-credit scene.
That really didn't. But I see why they did. It could have worked easily, too, as just part of the movie.
Like, I don't understand why, because, like, they didn't show anything that led up to Infinity War.
I don't think they're going. I knew they weren't going to, because why would you? You don't want anything to get out. You don't want any little teasers. As it is, we already had teasing enough as it is.
Devin, I think your connection's kind of messing up.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, you're fine.
I don't think they needed to have a teaser for Infinity War in there.
I don't mean a teaser. I mean just like something leading up to it.
Yeah, I don't think they needed it. I mean, I knew going into it before I even knew what the end credit scene was. I knew they weren't going to put anything in it. It'd be too easy. It'd be too freaking easy.
I don't know. I just would have preferred it, but I mean, that didn't like make me hate the movie.
Oh, of course not.
I think I already knew it was Bucky. Especially at the beginning of the scene, they're staring over someone, and like you remember Shuri in the beginning saying, "Another broken white boy for me to fix." I'm like, I didn't notice that line at first. I was just like, so into the movie, and then at the end when they're standing over him and she's saying, "Why are you bothering that man?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Bucky."
Yeah. And I can't wait for Shuri to make him a new arm.
Ooh. Well, she already did, so.
Yeah. I was like, oh, can I just see the arm already, please?
Well, you can see it in the Infinity War trailer.
Oh, that's true.
Did you see that still that Chris Evans put up on his Twitter from Infinity War?
No. I have not.
It's a picture of them just standing on like a grassy knoll in Wakanda, and it's Black Panther, Black Widow, Cap, Bucky.
Okay.
And next to Black Panther is Michonne.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know her name. I'm just gonna call her Michonne. That's the only thing I know her by is Michonne. And then behind Black Panther and everybody else is the rest of the Wakandan army.
Makes sense.
Getting ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Because I still think that the Soul Gem is in Wakanda, because why else would Thanos be busting down Wakanda's doorstep unless he wanted adamantium? And I'm sorry, if he wanted that, I'd be like, get the hell out. No, that's stupid. You're there to get a goddamn Soul Gem, not some fucking metal you can get from space. I'd be like, you're a terrible villain, go kill yourself.
You would tell that to Thanos.
Oh, I would, straight to his face.
You're like, okay.
He's like, okay, I'm sorry. Goes back to as he goes back on his ship, pouting with his head hanging low.
I don't want to destroy this Earth anymore. I want to leave. And then
Did you hear about who else is going to be in the movie though? Rumor has.
Who?
Okay, so you know the Black Order, right?
I am familiar with them. Yeah.
All other Thanos' random children, I guess. Supposedly, Disney and Marvel already confirmed that they're going to have some really big, huge names playing those characters because all the Black Order is going to be all CGI'd characters with voice actors.
Yeah.
And they haven't released any names of the voice actors yet, but so far Disney and Marvel all they said was some big ass names that people are going to be very surprised when they hear them. So far, rumor has it that the guy who played Batman in the 90s Batman animated series
Kevin Conroy.
Mm-hmm. So rumor has it he's playing one of the guys in the Black Order. And if he were to... Huh?
I will fucking totally fanboy out if I hear Batman play one of Thanos' children. Oh my god. Ugh.
Okay, so if he plays one of them, let me look up their name.
I need my inhaler. Fuck.
There's a big guy. And
fuck.
The Black Dwarf. Yes, the Black Dwarf. He's the big, muscular, buffy guy in the Black Order. And people are speculating if he ends up playing one of them, he'll probably end up playing him. And I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that supposedly Mark Hamill might be in it?
Mark Hamill and Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg as one of Thanos' children?
No one knows what Mark Hamill and Whoopi Goldberg are doing. My guess is they probably are. Why else would, for example, Whoopi Goldberg be in a Marvel movie? Unless she's like some leader of an alien race, which I could see that. Maybe she like a Kree or something. But my guess is, Mark Hamill and Whoopi Goldberg will be in the Black Order. And in the Black Order, there's only one female in the group, Proxima Midnight. So, and Whoopi Goldberg as her, that'd be kind of weird.
But don't you
interesting,
like
weird.
Hey, sometimes weird's a good thing.
I mean, it's Whoopi Goldberg, so I mean, it'd be interesting if she ends up playing that role. But yeah, Mark Hamill and Whoopi are supposedly in the movie Infinity War. They just said, as far as I know, no one said what yet. So my guess is Black Order, since there's like 4 of them.
Hey, well, Whoopi Goldberg has played a henchman in a Disney movie before.
Yeah. And Proxima Midnight's a badass.
Proxima
She's
Midnight.
Badass. Yeah, she's badass.
Isn't that the chick in the trailer where she's throwing a spear at Scarlet Witch and Cap ends up catching it?
Yeah. Yeah, she's the one with the spear. She's like the Gamora. That's my only equivalent I can make for her compared to one of the heroes. Is she's like a Gamora. But I think she's more badass than Gamora. Like, Gamora wishes she could.
Well, okay, well, in the trailer, who do you think not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow's impaling?
Probably one of the alien henchmen, not the Black Order. Because I don't think the Black Order is going to die, personally. I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
Hey, they might when Captain Marvel comes in.
Oh my god, when Captain Marvel comes in, I'm going to scream!
Well, she's going to come out in part 4, so...
Oh, I can't wait. I'm just waiting. Carol Danvers, BB, where you at? I'm waiting. My question is, where the hell you been, girl? Based somewhere that you're like, I'm not going to bother in this Avengers movie. I'm going to wait till the 4th. Like, where are you at?
Hey,
You're one of the strongest Avengers, if not the strongest Avenger. Where you at?
Yeah, well, you'll find out in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it takes place in the 90s. Woo.
Woo woo.
I guess.
Oh man, so many Marvel movies coming out. Oh, and you saw the report of Marvel's already planning 6 movies in the next 2 years.
Again, I'm not surprised.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. It's one in 2020, one in 2021, 2022, and 2023. So that's about 5 or 6 movies.
Yeah. There's like 3 a year for like 2 years at one point, and you're just like, damn. They're really pumping them out there.
And Be Still My Beating Heart.
My guess is going to be a Spider-Man sequel, a Doctor Strange sequel, Guardians Volume 3. The other 3, I have no idea. Maybe they're playing. Well, they're probably, honestly, I bet you money one of those dates is either going to be an X-Men movie or a Fantastic Four, and they're just waiting for the Fox deal to go through before they'd be like, Fantastic Four. But that's my guess, is that they're one of those spots are going to be for the Fantastic Four.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. Untitled Disney Toon Studios, dated on April the 12th, 2019. Untitled Marvel movie scheduled on July the 31st, 2020. Untitled Marvel coming out on May the 7th, 2021. Marvel coming out on July 30th, 2021. Another one coming out on November the 5th, 2021. And then another one coming out on February the 18th, 2022. And then the last one I see on here is coming out on July the 29th, 2022. Hello?
I'm here.
But,
I'm like, I'm just listening while working on this thingy. So bear with me here. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what they're going to be releasing, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to be I would like to see more superheroes at some point. I'm sure they're going to bring in like Nova or some shit.
It's more than likely going to be, if I had to guess, Black Panther, another Black Panther movie, another Doctor Strange movie. Characters from the Fox deal, Fantastic Four, X-Men. Because Fox is apparently they're pretty much going to release as many movies as they can before the deal goes through, because they're doing a Silver Surfer movie.
I heard about that. They're just trying to we're going to pump out all this shit that's in the middle of production when Disney gets us, so Disney has to make them finish it, let them finish it or whatever.
They're doing an X-Force movie.
I know, and I'm just like, why? Stop, Fox. Just let the deal happen and then worry about all the crap.
What else are they doing?
Did you hear the theory that the New Mutants is going to be, once the deal goes through, the New Mutants won't be released in the theaters? Disney's going to release it on their streaming service?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, that's a new rumor going around, since they pushed back the New Mutants for 10 months. So rumor has it, when Disney releases their streaming service next year, around the time it's supposed to come out, they're going to release it on the streaming service and have a little incentive, hey, join a streaming service, you get to see a new X-Men movie.
I didn't hear about that. The reason why I heard that they moved New Mutants is because they wanted to make it scarier, and they wanted to add a new character in it.
Yeah. That too. Well, that's the main reason, but once Disney gets a hold of it, it makes sense that they would put it on their streaming service instead of a movie. Especially if they're wanting to reboot it again, the X-Men world again, so it makes sense.
They're obviously going to reboot it, but I don't know. I don't know about you, but I don't even care if it's for 5 minutes. I just want to see Hugh Jackman interact with the Avengers.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Just for
I don't know if it's going to happen.
Just for 5 minutes. He doesn't even have to say a word. He can just come on screen and just do his whole shtick and just cut everyone up and leave.
His little shtick.
my god! Like it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, the X-Men in the Fantastic Four are in Marvel, but it's going to be different actors. It's not going to be as cool as we think it would. I mean, it's going to be cool, but it's not going to be like that feeling of, oh, it's Hugh Jackman interacting with Tony Stark, Iron Man. It's Hugh Jackman interacting with Captain America. It's Hugh Jackman interacting with the Punisher, just to throw out a random name. It's it's not going to have that same feel as we always wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Michael Fassbender interacting with Iron Man.
Honestly, if they go with a Wolverine, I don't think they're going to go with the Wolverine we know. I think they're going to go with his daughter, Laura. If they do a Wolverine in the MCU.
Yeah, I think with this deal, I think they're going to scrap that completely.
What, the whole Laura thing?
Yeah. They're going to want to start...
Honestly, I'd rather... If they reboot the X-Men, I don't want to see Wolverine as Wolverine, honestly. I've seen enough of that. I want something different.
Blasphemy.
Because Wolverine, I mean, great, cool, Hugh Jackman's great, but I see enough of him. I'm done. Like, you're great, love ya, but I want to see more of her.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Devin had to leave. Good night, Uncle.
And also, can I get a good Rogue? I wanted some Rogue.
If you had to pick an actress to play Rogue, who would you pick?
Oh. I don't know. That's a tough question. I heard a fan casting of Kristen Stewart, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, and my friend, my friend Siren, commented on. She basically just went on this huge rant of like, no, fuck that bitch.
I don't think she'd have the chop.
She's not a good actress at all.
I mean, the best role I've seen her in was Snow White and the Huntsman. Because she actually did more than just with that one stare face. She did more than that. So that's probably the best role she's ever been in is that movie right there. Would I think she'd be a good Rogue? I don't know. If Marvel gave her a chance, I'd be like, okay, benefit of the doubt, I will give it to Marvel because Marvel has done some really weird casting choices and it works out fantastic. So if they were to, I'd be like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I give Marvel the benefit of the doubt. They know what they're doing.
Iron Fist.
Okay, the actor is like Iron Fist, look-wise. And that's not Marvel. That's not Kevin Feige doing that. That's a whole nother department. That's whoever's in charge of the TV division doing all that. That's not Kevin Feige at all. Fun fact.
From what I heard, Kevin Feige sits in on everything.
The TV division and the movie division are run by two different people.
No,
Kevin Feige. That's why they're not working together.
I look on the credits and it shows Kevin Feige's name.
Yeah, because he's the head of the company. But as far as the TV division and who runs the TV division and who runs the movie division are two different people. That's why you're not seeing the TV characters in the movies. Because the two guys in charge of them don't get along. They hate each other.
Why does everybody hate each other? Fuck.
I don't know. The head of the TV department, I don't know his name. Give me a second. I'll look it up. Him and Feige do not get along at all. Head of Marvel TV department. What's his name? Marvel Television.
I think his name is Joe Quesada or something.
Yes. I think it's Joe Quesada. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, oh no, Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb, yeah. So yeah, Jeff Loeb and Kevin Feige, I guess, don't. There have been talks in the past they don't get along. So that's why Marvel television series and the Netflix and all that, S.H.I.E.L.D. and the movies have not crossed except for Coulson, obviously. And some of the side characters, but that's why you haven't seen any of that, is because of they don't want anything to do with each other. That's why we haven't seen any Inhumans in the movies, which they're there on the planet, but I don't know how the Avengers are like, oh, wait, there's Inhumans on the planet. We should deal with that problem. No, they act like it doesn't.
Well, that was mainly because they made Inhumans because they couldn't do X-Men, and now that they have X-Men, they're like, yeah, fuck this shit.
I still think they should have the Inhumans. Continue the series and move the actors from the TV series to a movie. Like it was originally supposed to be. Instead of just screwing it over, and that made me mad. That's a good opportunity.
I have yet to even watch the first episode of that.
Same. I scratched that. I watched the first 2 episodes.
Yay or nay?
The storyline I like. Visually, I'm just like, why? You're not. What do you mean? What? Ew. The actors, I think, were a great choice for the characters. Just visually, I don't know if someone was drunk, but it does not work. Like, it looks cheap.
Like Black Bolt, they didn't even give him his costume.
Well, I didn't think they were going to give him his costume in the first series anyway. Medusa didn't have her costume either. The only one that had their costume was Crystal. And that's another topic. Crystal has the powers, Medusa's sister has the powers of the elements. She could literally set people on fire, and she didn't do jack shit when she was held captive in the damn palace. She could have lit her uncle on fire and ended the whole issue. I'm just like, bitch, you realize you could end the whole issue by making your uncle lit? Because he's just a human with a big mouth that doesn't know when to shut the hell up.
Very true.
So, I mean, I do want them to do something with the royal family. It's an injustice not to do something with them. Because they're fantastic characters. Medusa's a boss-ass bitch. She makes Black Bolt look like a pansy.
Black Bolt can literally destroy an entire world by just breathing.
Oh, yeah, I know. But honestly, if it was between Black Bolt and Medusa, I think I'd be more scared of Medusa.
You can't honestly be... You should be afraid of Black Bolt talks. You can't be afraid when Medusa talks.
No. But I'm just more afraid of Medusa, to be perfectly honest. I mean, Black Bolt, cool. You want to destroy the Earth, but when you speak, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. But temper-wise, I'm more terrified of Medusa because she just, like, wrecks shit. She put Black Bolt in his place in some of the comics. So,
well, I mean, a powerful man like that needs a woman to put him in his place.
I mean, that's exactly what she... And I'm sorry, her hair wasn't big enough in the TV. I want some hair that's, like, unhumanly, that just moves around. I'm still mad about it. I can go on for days. Because I like the comic A-Force, and she's a big character in that. And I'm just like, ugh. I want to see some big flowy hair and shit. That makes no sense, but comics, and it moves around, it's alive. It's like an extra limb. And I didn't get that. Disappointing.
Oh. Where's like a way I can watch it if I want to watch it?
I'll tell you after the podcast. I'm not going to suggest any alternative sources. I'm not going to encourage alternative sources on the podcast.
Devin, nobody listens to this podcast.
I don't care. I'm not gonna solicit that.
Are you talking about porn or something? What the fuck? I'm talking about Inhumans.
You don't know. I'll tell you. I'll tell you later.
Alright. Are you gonna stay up until 2 in the morning and watch Jessica Jones?
Wait, is that tonight or tomorrow?
That's coming out tomorrow. Friday. That's coming out tomorrow, which is Thursday. But the worldwide release on Netflix is at 2 in the morning. Hello?
What do I want to do? Actually, I'm probably not going to stay up till 2. I'll probably start watching it in the morning when I get up. And just be like, yay! Jessica Jones!
Yes.
Or I might start watching the first season all over again and then move in right after. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I didn't realize it was tomorrow. I thought it was Friday for some reason. I don't know. My Marvel scheduling for the Netflix is like totally out of whack. Like Luke Cage comes out in what? April? May? Something
June.
like that?
June.
June. I haven't seen the first Luke Cage yet.
What the fuck? Watch it.
I'm sorry. I can't. I've tried. Okay, I can't get into it. I got distracted.
You don't like black? You don't like black people? What the fuck?
The fuck? It has nothing to do with that. I got distracted with school and I just haven't gone back to it.
Watch the fucking season, asshole.
Bitch, I'm going to. Chill the fuck out. Fuck!
Watch the season, you piece of shit.
I mean, I'm a whore.
You better watch the season or I'm gonna come down hard on you.
I haven't even seen The Punisher yet, either.
Devin, I will kill you in your sleep.
The last Netflix series I saw was The Defenders.
Just watch the damn season.
I need to see Luke Cage, I need to see Punisher, and then I need to see Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones season 2 takes priority, because I already love Jessica Jones. She's my favorite out of the Netflix heroes so far. So I'm going to definitely watch her.
You don't got no love for Daredevil?
Oh no, I do. Daredevil's number 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Daredevil and Jessica Jones are the only 2 series and got distracted. Luke Cage caught my interest, but school got in the way. And Punisher, I haven't even attended. Which is depressing, because Punisher's great.
The one thing I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I'll tell you this about Punisher. It's a slow burn in the middle, and then it picks up towards the end. Let me repeat that. In the beginning, it starts off hot, and then in the middle, it's a slow burn, and then at the end, it gets back to where it needs to be.
Oh, okay. I kind of like those if it's done right.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, depending on the character.
True. If it's done right, I don't mind a slow burn, as long as it has a purpose.
Yeah, Luke Cage coming out in June. I believe Iron Fist Season 2 is coming out like later on in the year.
I mean, as long as it gets better, I'll still watch it.
Well, because they're bringing in Luke Cage, and I think they're doing the Heroes for Hire storyline.
Yeah! That's what I want.
Yeah, because they already showed behind-the-scenes photos, and they showed Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage, on the set, and they showed, stills of them, teaming up. So I think that's the only way to save that series, because the first season was, an abomination.
It wasn't an abomination. It just wasn't what I wanted, personally.
It was just, it was just a really dry and generic storyline.
Yeah, they didn't really add much flair to Danny, and they kind of made him just too whiny, which, right, if you want to make him whiny, make him whiny. Only thing to be known for is being whiny.
I just think is because, alright, when you look at all the other Netflix shows that came out before that, they were more relatable. With Daredevil, it was about justice and, try to fight injustice. Yeah. And Luke Cage is about, you can't run away from your past because eventually it's going to come back. And Jessica Jones dealt with PTSD and rape.
Yeah.
What was the moral story of Iron Fist? Oh, I'm a billionaire and my plane crashed in the Alps and now I know karate. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't fit in with everything.
Not to say that superheroes stories need to be relatable. But it's just of all the Defenders, his story was kind of okay.
Yeah, it was kind of out of place.
And also, I just think the show had no identity.
True. That I can agree with.
Because it's in the first 6 episodes, they kept flip-flopping around, what are they going to do? I lost my company. I got my company back. I found out who killed my dad. I'm Iron Fist. I'm in love with this really hot Asian girl. Like
Yeah.
Colleen Wing. But yeah, if by like episode 6 or 8, if the show doesn't already have an identity, that's when you start to get worried as a viewer.
Yeah. Agreed. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if they bring in Luke Cage for season 2 and make it into like, Heroes for Hire, I think Danny will do just fine.
Agreed.
Because I think in Defenders, he was better because he had other instead of just being him.
Yeah, that helped. And I don't know if you caught this either. In season 3 of Daredevil, they're doing the Reborn or Born Again storyline.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So if I had to guess, I mean, because they're obviously bringing back Kingpin.
Hell yeah.
They're bringing in someone named Sister Maggie.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
And if I had to assume, I think they're going to bring back Elektra for whatever reason, because So
I mean, Elektra isn't bad.
I just don't think they did her right, in my opinion.
I like her better than the sad attempt we got last time.
Jennifer Garner, obviously, but it's just like when I think of Elektra, I just think of this badass. Like to her, she's like Marvel's answer to Wonder Woman, in my opinion.
I disagree with that 100%. Okay.
But like when I first saw her in Daredevil season 2, they kind of made her into like this kind of spoiled, entitled rich kid.
True.
And then when they brought her back in Defenders, there was kind of that glimpse of like, oh, she's a badass. So hopefully they kind of extend upon that in season 3 if they decide to bring her back, which I think they will.
Yeah. 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 And, well, hopefully they make her more badass and kind of just. They kind of did that in the Defenders. I thought she like wrecked shit and took over the hand and then died.
Yeah, that was kind of quick. Like she kills Sigourney Weaver and then she does.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool.
It's like that South Park meme. You're now the leader of the hand and you're dead.
Exactly.
But yeah, oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch.
That looks good.
I didn't catch on to the name until a while trailer again, and I'm like, wait, Enter the Spider-Verse? Wait. Wait. Am I going to see Spider-Gwen? Wait, don't play me, Sony. Am I going to see fucking Spider-Gwen?
Well, you know who's voicing Peter Parker, right?
Who?
John Krasinski.
Who?
Jim from The Office.
Ugh. Oh, okay. I can see that.
The guy that's in The Quiet Ones.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I can see that.
And then there was another small rumor that lasted for like a day that apparently Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock / Venom was going to appear in it.
Oh. Okay, that's weird. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not MCU related.
Along with that rumor that Tom Holland's going to appear in the Venom movie.
I mean, he's already been caught on set, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the Venom movie at some. Either a cameo or he's going to be in the background. Because he's already been caught. Pictures of him been caught on set, so he's been on set.
Yeah, but what's the purpose? Like, what would he do though?
He'd probably just be. I don't think he'd be in the background. I don't think he's gonna be like any significant. Like, oh, Venom's gonna fight Spider-Man. I don't think any of that at all is gonna happen.
I don't know. Like, I mean, they can do a storyline where it's like, you know, I guess Eddie Brock was like a friend of the family, and he knew Peter's uncle. They can do something like that.
That could be kind of cool. I'd be down for that.
Where, you know, Eddie Brock is like a big brother / mentor to Peter.
True. I can get behind that.
So yeah, there you go.
But he'll probably. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have some trip. He's gonna be on some school trip or some shit, and from there, that's when Peter Parker's gonna come in. Either that or he has some connection to the family. Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some trip to California, because that's where Venom takes place.
Yeah, it takes it San Francisco.
Yeah, on the other side of the freaking country, which I'm just like, that's a little weird.
Well, I mean, the storyline they're doing is a storyline called Lethal Protector.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
You don't sound too happy about that.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm like, whatever. As long as it's good.
I mean, you can only hope for it to be good, because it's Venom. And it got
Tom Hardy.
And that character got ruined in that movie that never existed.
Movie never exists. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that movie that never existed that came out in 2007.
Shut your face.
Where we're just going to believe.
We don't talk about that because that movie didn't happen. That was a fever dream.
That was a really bad 2-hour dream.
It was a bad fever dream. I was like 102 degrees fever. It's a bad fever dream. That's all it was. That's all it was.
Yeah, I'm just glad I didn't have to pay money. I just watched it on bootleg.
Oh no. I paid money for that damn fever dream. Or my mom paid money for that damn fever dream.
Ugh. Ugh.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I saw that in theaters. I saw that fever dream in theaters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's kind of switch topics to a different genre, the horror genre.
Oh my god! Yeah.
All right, so I haven't watched it yet because I want to watch it. Veronica.
Yeah, Veronica.
All right, because you said it was scary, but it wasn't like I'm gonna shit, piss, and vomit at the same time. Scary.
Okay, it's not scary, like at all. It got me one jump scare, so I wasn't ready for it. That was it.
Yeah, because I'm looking on all these lists, and they're saying it's the scariest movie ever made.
I saw that after I watched the movie because I went in not knowing anything about it. And I saw that. I'm like, bitch, where? No, not even close. It was not even scary. Like I said, it got me one time.
Like, here's the meme. Netflix has released a new horror film called Veronica, and it is said to be the scariest film ever made. It's based on a real story. Even science is unable to explain deaths in this. Netflix said 1 out of 100 people are able to watch this film. Experts are suggesting that it can kill weak-hearted people. Are you brave enough?
No, it's not even. It's not even close to any of that. Yeah, it's not this generation's Exorcist.
Yeah, because usually a scary movie would be scary in the trailer, and I remember I reacted to the trailer, which you can find on my YouTube channel. And I was just like, it's not really that scary.
It's a good movie. It's a typical Ouija board type movie where these dumb young bitches say, "Oh my god, I'm gonna summon demons." You can watch my review on my YouTube channel, on like the group YouTube channel. But it's like I'm literally watching it. It's like, "Oh my god, let's summon my dead dad" in Spanish. And I'm just like, "Oh my god, y'all bitches are dumb." I mean,
oh my god.
So it's a typical kind of cliche beginning, and then it gets okay. So it's like I guess it's like a typical Ouija board movie, but adds a little pizzazz, a little spice to it. It's good. It's not bad. Me saying it's not the greatest horror movie of all time, it's the scariest horror movie. It's not. But by all means, it's not terrible either. It's pretty damn good. If you like Ouija board type movies, it's an interesting watch because you're like, oh, I've seen this movie before, but it adds a little spice to it, and it takes it in a weird. I guess, direction and the things they do, and the camera work and the editing is really inventive. I guess is the and adds a new twist to the genre.
I mean, usually possession movies, they can either be hit or miss.
Yeah, this one's good. It's not like as good as they make it out to be. I don't know who's smoking pot, what kind of pot they're smoking, but give me some, because I saw that and I was like, where?
It's the scariest movie ever made.
Okay, cool, no thanks.
I had a heart attack after the movie. Twice.
They said the same thing about Paranormal Activity, and I love that movie to death. Unless you're in theaters, it wasn't that scary.
I wanted to kill myself.
That's unfortunate.
Usually, when these movies get hyped up that much, they don't really end up being that great.
I mean, it's a good movie. I think a horror. If you love horror, I think you should watch the movie.
No, I'll watch it. But if you're going to call it the scariest film ever made, then it's probably not going to be the scariest film ever made, or even
don't listen to people when they say that,
or not even like the top 10 scariest films ever made.
It's not even in the top 10. Like I said on Facebook on that comment, The Strangers was scarier than that.
Yeah, and somebody else who we know very well.
I don't understand how she does it. That movie was terrifying, not for the fact of like, oh, jump scares, but the fact of like, a person could be in your house and you wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, that's what made it scary. It's one of my favorite, scary movies, but
that fucked me up. That still fucks me up.
I don't know. She just wasn't a fan.
And it was boring, and I'm like, where? Are we watching the same movie? Because that fucked me up. I was in an apartment, a very small apartment. So I would know if someone's in my house, and I was terrified. It was one of those movies that it stuck in my brain, and I was like, the movie itself was like, oh, this is pretty good. But afterward, hours later, in the dead of night, sitting in my dark room, and I was just like, what if someone's in my house? What if someone's in my fucking house? And I heard a bump, and I started like fucking having a panic attack. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
You just hear someone knocking on your door. Is Clara there?
No. Bitch, bye.
Are you sure?
Honestly, if someone knocked on my door and like it's hello, I would jump. Next time you hear is a window being broke and me jumping off a second 2-story apartment into the ground and making a run for it. Bitch, not today. Not dying today, Satan. Nope.
I remember that. All right, something similar like that happened to me while I was watching. One Missed Call. And that movie wasn't scary at all. I mean, it was kind of dumb. Oh. But I just remember I was watching it late at night, and this is when I had like the old school like flip phones and whatever, and I had it on vibrate. Yeah. And anyone that hasn't seen One Missed Call, the whole point of it is, if someone is calling you, what is it like? Someone calls you and they like you hear your own death. You hear your own death. Yes. Yeah, I'm watching the movie, and all of a sudden. There's a scene where somebody's phone is vibrating or ringing, and simultaneously my phone starts vibrating.
Oh fuck! No.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? And it was my girlfriend at the time, and I just told her, "You scared the ever living piss out of me."
No, I'd be like, no. That movie itself, I liked it, but the Japanese movie version of it, I think it was a little scarier. But the whole idea itself, Japanese or American, is kind of just like, not really that scary.
Well, I mean, that's always the case. The original is always better. The Americans always try to like Americanize it and make it poppier and more relatable. I guess
I'll tell you a case that is not. That American version was much better than the Japanese. The Ring and the Grudge.
Okay, yeah.
The Ring. Oh, did you ever see Rings?
I have. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't listen to people. It's not that bad. I walked out of there with a friend of mine, which I am a huge Ring fan. It's in my top 5. Top 3 favorite horror franchises. Period. And I walked out of there, I'm like, this was actually pretty good. but everyone else talked to is like, this was garbage. And I'm just like, do we watch the same fucking movie? It's not one of those cases like, do we watch the same goddamn movie? Because I thought it was.
I don't know. This is like I used to be susceptible to reviews or what people said. Now I'll just watch the movie and I'll decide if I like it or not.
Exactly, because I heard it was terrible, and I'm like, I'm gonna see it anyway because I love The Ring. Samara, yes, girl, kill people. So I went in there. One of the best scenes in that movie, which I'm gonna tell you it, but I'm not gonna tell you the context of it. She ends up there's these pile of cicadas that come bubbling up from the ground and coming together, and she forms from these cicadas, and I'm just like, oh, bitch, shit's gonna get real. So cool. And then, like, 30 minutes later, I talked to a friend that saw it a couple days before me, and they're like, that scene looks shitty. And I'm just like, bitch, I want to cut you. That shit was bomb. Of course, I'm the type of person that likes movies that people hate. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'm not as bad as I was when I was younger, but
okay.
I'm not like when I go see every movie, oh my god, it's the greatest movie of all time. I'm not like that anymore. But most time when I see a movie, I want to enjoy it because I don't usually go see terrible movies unless it's Boo, a Medea movie, which that's a terrible movie, but it's a great terrible movie.
That movie was just not funny.
It's so bad. What are you talking about? I thought it was pretty funny. Stupid and funny.
Was it Betty took me to go see it because her brother wanted to go see it? I'm watching it, I'm like, this is not funny. Basically, every line was like, ooh, child, ooh, child. I'm like, oh my god, you're not funny.
I thought it was funny. Some of the parts were funny. Some of it was like, okay, Medea, we get it. We get it, girl.
All right, do you know what's like a really kind of boring ass, but at the same time, like, really disturbing horror movie?
What?
The Witch.
Ooh, yes. Talk about The Witch. That's one of my personal favorites. Yes.
Okay, I watched it once. I watched it on Amazon Prime.
Speak the truth.
It's really long, which, I don't even think it's that long, to be honest. Because it's an artsy-fartsy type movie.
Favorite horror films of all time. Some of my favorite horror films are the artsy horror films people hate. And I'm just like, welcome to art, bitch.
No, I don't hate them. I mean, because Strangers, wasn't that kind of like an artsy type, independent horror film?
I mean...
Because it didn't have like it didn't have a huge budget. I mean, because they were literally just inside a house.
I guess. I mean, I think, well, you know what? I would consider that. I would consider Strangers as not really a full-on artsy horror film like, say, It Follows, or The Witch, or It Comes at Night. But I think it's like the beginning stages of that type of movie.
Do not ever
because it wasn't a typical horror film.
Do not ever mention It Follows in my presence.
Oh my god, It Follows wasn't that bad. Chill.
That movie was terrible.
It was not terrible.
It was
a satire, a horror satire take on an STD.
It was a bad dad joke gone wrong. It was like, hey, if you have sex, a demon will kill you.
I mean, me. I thought that was... At the end of the movie, I'm like, that was an interesting movie, but this is basically an STD gone wrong.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as people make it out to be, though. It's another one of those artsy horror films that people hate and the critics love, and I'm just like, it's not my favorite artsy horror film, but it's not like I could sit there and watch it.
I literally just watched it once, and I'm just like, what the fuck was the point of this movie?
So The Witch. So you like The Witch, I take it?
Okay, I didn't hate it, and I didn't love it. It was just, I watched it because there was a lot of hype. Well, there wasn't too much hype around it, but it's just like, I watched it just so I can watch it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was really long. It was really really an artsy movie, which, doesn't bother me. It was disturbing as fuck. And there was like a couple scenes where I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, like when you watch the trailer of the movie, they make out to seem like they just kidnapped the baby. Spoiler alert. And they actually like pretty much they don't show it, but they just show like whoever taking the baby and killing it.
Oh yeah.
And at the end of the movie, what's her name? You know, Rasputin in New Mutant. She just gets naked and floats with the witches.
Becomes a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that movie was in theaters. It might have been in theaters. And that was probably the big art horror film because I knew what I was getting into. It's a slow burning horror. It's not your typical horror. It's more like terror. It's very slow burning. It's a period piece, and I loved it. And I'm just like, yes, I want to make a film. I want to make an artistic horror film, like all those I listed before, straight up. Like if I got a chance to make a horror film, you best believe it's going to be an artsy horror film.
Speaking of artsy horror films, have you ever seen The Neon Demon?
Yes, I have, and I fucking love that movie.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. It's on my watch list on Amazon Prime.
Okay. So the Neon Demon, it's not really scary. It's a look into the modeling and fashion industry.
Yeah.
Nice take. Visually, my God, the use of neon light, breathtaking.
Well, it's called The Neon Demon, so.
Visuals in that movie, the look. Obviously I'm a very visual person as an artist myself. I'm just like, oh, yes, this movie is beautiful. And the way they use mirrors in some scenes, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. There's a certain scene where they use mirrors, and I'm just like, how did you do that? Because I want to do that. And the story itself is not for everybody. It's an artistic horror film. It's not for everybody, but it's an interesting look into the fashion industry. Kind of like Black Swan's a look into the life of a ballet. It's the same thing, but it's for the fashion industry.
Okay.
What's another one? There's Neon Demon. I'd recommend it. Have you seen It Comes at Night?
Which one is that? No, I haven't seen it.
That one's either going to be like, wow, I totally understand everything, or you're going to watch it and you're going to hate everything about it.
I know what it's about, but I just haven't seen it.
Do you know what it's about? Because I guarantee you don't.
Just judging by the trailer, because obviously from what you make out to be, I'm wrong, is I guess they're in some cabin in the woods and they're trying to keep something from coming in or out. Yeah,
but the thing is, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay, well,
do you want spoilers?
Don't spoil it for me.
Okay. I won't spoil it. Like I say, you're either going to, by the end of it, you're going to be like, I totally get what they were going for. I totally get this art piece and what it's about. Or you're going to be like, what the fuck? You're going to be pissed. I was in a theater with me and my friend, again, and we were in a theater maybe of like, a packed theater of like maybe 50 people. We were the only two at the end of that movie. We were still sitting in the theater as people were walking out. We looked at each other and go, well, everyone else around us, and I mean everybody, because the marketing for the movie markets it as a commercial horror film, when it is most certainly not a commercial horror. It markets it as like some monster that's going to come in and kill them. No, not even close. So when you watch it, don't have the trailers in mind. The trailers are
Dude, you're cutting out. I can't hear you.
What was the last thing you heard?
You said don't let the trailers fool you.
Yes, don't let the trailers fool you about It Comes at Night. Because they're misleading.
Okay.
Because the trailer is marketed as a commercial horror film when it's not. Not even close. It's A24.
A24. Ooh, okay. They usually make some pretty good stuff.
Oh, heck yeah. They're the same guys who did The Witch. So yeah, I love A24. They're great.
Speaking of A24, did you ever watch the trailer for Hereditary?
Hereditary.
Dude, I sent you a link.
Hereditary.
I
did.
sent you the link on the for the trailer. Remember after the first show that never fucking happened, I sent you a link. Actually, I copied the link and texted it to you.
Let me look at that. I think I did, but let me go refresh.
Yeah, that too is an A24 film. It's for anyone that doesn't know what it's about. It's, to be honest, I don't even know what it's about. It's basically about a Toni Collette who, a la Sixth Sense. She, I believe, her mother passes away, and her daughter somehow, I guess, is like another reincarnation of her mom.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
So, but yeah, the trailer, it doesn't really reveal too much. It just shows a sequence of a lot of fucked up things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm definitely going to watch that when that comes out.
So,
Heck yeah.
yeah. All right. In your opinion, what is probably the worst horror movie you've ever seen? 'Cause I know you say you like to be entertained, you like to give things a chance, but like of all the horror movies you've seen in your lifetime, what is one that you thought was just bad?
That's a good question. What is the worst horror movie I have ever seen?
Do you want to hear mine first, and then you can give Oculus?
Really?
That was fucking terrible.
That
was the worst.
Wasn't...
Oculus. That was the one about the mirror.
Yes. Yeah.
That had what's her name, Nebula in it, and Katie Sackhoff. That movie was fucking terrible. It was the worst fucking horror movie I've ever seen in my life. It had no point to it. The ending didn't really solve anything. It just made the characters look even more unlikable. As a matter of fact, it made Nebula's character look even more unlikable. It was terrible. It was a WWE Studios movie, so you already knew it was going to suck. It was god-awful. I'm just glad I watched it on Netflix.
That's surprising, because it's not the worst horror film of all. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my god, in my top 20, but it wasn't like the most god-awful horror film I have ever seen. I didn't even finish it, because I was just like, what the hell is this garbage? Okay, on Netflix there's a movie called Last Shift.
Last what?
Last Shift.
I have that on my watch list.
I absolutely hate that movie with a fiery passion. It's just god awful. I don't think I even finished it. It's so god awful, I erased it from my memory.
Actually, you know what? Oculus isn't the worst horror movie I've ever seen. The worst horror movie I've ever seen is called The Devil's Carnival.
That just sounds bad.
Yeah, me and Betty, don't even ask us why. We just decided to turn it on. And within 20 minutes of the movie, we were like, we're good.
That's when you know it's bad. You can't even finish it.
But yeah, that Devil's Carnival it was hot garbage.
Yeah, that sounds bad. But yeah, Last Shift was a pile of shit. A pile of shit. Like, it's about a cop that has a late night shift and these weird things start happening to her. Starts seeing shit, monsters, demons, whatever the hell. And I was like, okay, bye. Like, I literally went up close to the screen when it was a close-up of the main character, and I'm like, okay, bye. No, and I backed button and never finished it.
Girl, bye.
I was almost done, and I was like, bye, Felicia. Just back buttoned it. Because it was so bad. I was bored. And I'm never bored. Even with shitty movies, I always find something entertaining. And I'm just like, I couldn't. I just literally couldn't. Yeah.
Right. There's that. We can continue to talk about horror movies. What's an underrated horror movie, or what? Let me rephrase. I'll rephrase the question. What horror movie do you think is underrated?
A horror movie that I think doesn't get enough love is The Void.
The Void. What's that?
It's on Netflix. It's about a cop and a bunch of other characters stuck in a hospital that's surrounded by these cult members wearing a white sheet that have an upside down triangle. It's on Netflix. And I saw that, and I honestly it's in my top 10 favorite horror films. It's very not CGI. It's very like The Thing. Very like actual props and actual like monsters made by hand. Turn for that. But it's gory. It's the only CGI is at the very end, but it works so well. I'm just like, yes, inspiration to slap me in the face. That's exactly what happened. Inspiration is like walked up to me and be like, hi, and just slapped me into the next dimension.
Was Inspiration a homosexual? Apparently,
yes. Inspiration was a homosexual.
Hi,
I am Inspiration.
This is Inspiration. I'm about to smack you in the face really hard.
And I'm just like, do it, boo. And Inspiration slapped me into the next dimension.
Hey there, silly goose. I'm about to slap you.
Yep, that's Inspiration. That's exactly what happened. To a T. But The Void is I don't think it gets enough love. People don't talk about it enough, and I'm just like, why? It's so good. It's like very 80s inspired. It's just so good. So if you ever watch a horror movie, again, night, watch The Void. It should be first on your list to watch.
Oh, I'll look into that.
Don't watch the trailer. Just look it up on Netflix. It should be a person in a white sheet with an upside down triangle on their face. And just dive right into that world because it's weird, but it's good. Love it. Oh.
I'll definitely look into that. My choice would be, as far as like an underrated horror movie, is Frailty.
Frailty.
With you never heard of Frailty?
No, I have not.
It's another. It's on the list of independent horror movies. It's not artsy. Mm-hmm. It's more kind of like, it has more like a realistic, gritty look to it, where it has Matthew McConaughey and Bill Paxton in it. Where not gonna spoil it for you, but the story kind of takes place in two different timelines where Bill Paxton plays Matthew McConaughey's dad, but he plays his dad in the past. Where it's showing Matthew McConaughey's childhood, where it's just him and his brother and Bill Paxton, and they're just living like a normal life. And then one day his dad wakes him up in the middle of the night saying, "Hey, I just had an angel of God come to me in a dream," or he literally just came to me and gave me a list of demons to kill.
Ooh.
So it's very good. It's very intense.
Mm-hmm.
It has a twist at the end that you can like see coming from a mile away, but overall it's a really good movie. I find myself watching it a lot.
Okay.
You'll like it, trust me.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't believe it is. I think it's on. Fuck, I don't know where it is. I think it might be on maybe like Amazon Prime or HBO Go or Hulu. Hold on.
Just text me the name and I'll find it. But
I'm looking it up right. I'm looking it up right now, actually.
It's cool.
Where can I watch Frailty? Come on. You can watch it on Hulu, iTunes, Amazon Video, and YouTube.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, let me see if they have it on YouTube for free, because most people like to post videos on, like, full movies on YouTube.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Frailty, check it out, man. If I can find a link for you, I'll send it.
Yes, or send me the trailer if anything, if nothing else.
No, don't watch the trailer.
Okay, just text me the name. I'll spell it and everything, and I'll find it. I'm off tomorrow, so I might watch it. As well as I'm hoping, because the Strangers sequel comes out this weekend. The first showing's tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can get Thomas to go with me and go see it. And
why is there a sequel to Strangers? I don't understand.
Because this is about another killing they did. Because they're strangers. That killing they did was their very first one.
Okay.
Their very first murder. So this one, I don't know if there's a time skip or it just takes place right after. But this is like their second or third killer. This is like their... Yeah, I don't know if it's their second kill or like their after. Years later. I don't know much about it, except for the fact they go after people in a truck. They didn't talk about how much of a time skip there was. But yeah, there's another one. And I can't wait. Because it looks pretty good. I just hope it lives up to the original. That's all I hope for.
I don't know. I haven't even, to be honest, I haven't watched the trailer. I watched like a clip of it.
Yeah.
Where, there's people running away in a field, so, they're doing a new like way of it where they're not inside a house anymore. They're outside,
Yeah.
so these fuckers can get you from outside.
Ooh, man. I want to see some wide shot of characters walking around and they're in the back just chilling. And then you find them with your eyeballs and you're just like, oh! That's what got me in the first ones, that there's scenes where just main characters walking around talking, and in the background, you don't know right away, then you see a motherfucker just chilling there with a bag on his head, and you're just like, oh, that gets me. It still got me. Fuck.
It totally gets me.
Right in the feels. I can relate. Oh, okay. I got a question for you. In a horror film, would you be a victim or the killer?
Killer.
What role in a horror movie would you be?
Killer.
Killer? I can't see that.
Killer. I don't want to be.
I think you'd be a very shitty killer.
No, I'd be.
Honestly, I think you'd be a very shitty killer.
No, I'd be a pretty good killer.
It's debatable.
Before in one of your movies, so shouldn't be that hard.
Okay. Well, that movie never is not even canon anymore. So.
Yeah, the movie that doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, it's still there. I still have it on my flash drive. It's not done yet. It's not finished putting together, and eventually it will be. It's just when I just decide to do it. But it's not canon in the storyline and the overall story that I'm making. Where you play the vampires, blood bag, and then become a monster.
A monster.
You're like, nah. Oh.
Right. Back to horror movies. What do you think is an overrated horror movie?
I mean, an overrated horror movie. What would be an overrated horror movie? That's a good question too.
For me, it's the Saw franchise.
What
was that?
Oh, well, I can kind of see that.
Because it's just like, how many fucking traps has this guy set? He died in like part 2. Or part 3, I mean. So it's like, how did he create all these freaking traps?
Well, he plans as you get deeper into... Have you seen all of them?
I stopped after like part 5 or 6.
So you keep going. I mean...
I'm good.
He has everything planned out. I thought he was a genius, because he had everything planned out. Now, when I watched all the Saw movies for the first time, I watched them in a long, 15-hour marathon. Me and my friend, I went to her place to hang out it was 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and we kept watching. We watched all of the Saw movies up to date until the new one came out. We saw them all up to date, and we didn't stop watching the movies until I think it was 8 or 9 the next morning. We literally spent a good 15 hours. I felt like 15 hours. It was a long-ass time watching all the movies in a row. Mm. And honestly, I think that's how Saw should be watched. It is one long marathon. Because if you watch it in pieces, you're just oh, great, it's boring. But after watching it all in a row, the background story, because there's all the traps and stuff, but the very background, the story that's in the background is a lot more interesting. And how he pre-plans everything, and how every person he chooses is tied to him, and how he rigs the traps to where everyone could survive. Mm. Fun fact, all the traps are made by him, Jigsaw himself, not his lackeys that go power hungry, but the ones made by him are rigged where everyone can survive if they just think. But people panic and do stupid shit and end up killing themselves during it when they could all work together and all survive.
I don't know, that whole franchise, I just thought it should have ended a long time ago.
I appreciate it. Will I watch them all again? Probably. I appreciate for the background story that I wish it was more up front in your face. And some of the traps are kind of cool too, but...
Alright,
Now, yeah. My overrated horror film...
Yeah, I was about to say that, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. My overrated horror film... Probably right now, Veronica.
Okay.
On how I mean that's relevant. On how people say, "Oh, it's the best horror movie. It's scary. It's blah blah blah," and I'm just it's good, but it's not oh my god, yes, good.
Yes.
It didn't make me go yes, but it didn't just make me go yes, fuck yes. It was kind of wow, okay, cool, and just move on with my life. I didn't linger on it. I'm just cool.
But Devin,
it's a good movie,
but Devin, it's the scariest movie ever made.
Not even. It wishes it was.
I saw this movie, and then the next day I had to go get baptized by a priest.
And you died.
And then I died. And then my family died. And my dog died.
And then everyone died.
And I can't go to sleep. I can't eat. No. I can't take a shower. And suddenly I talk like this.
Suddenly talk like this. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh, man. That was a good conversation about horror movies.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. We're almost at 2 hours.
Sounds about right.
At
least this one recorded.
Yeah. And not like the last one where I almost wanted to kill myself.
True.
Oh, man. Was there anything else you wanted to cover?
Not top of my head, no. Not for this episode, anyway.
Alright, do you want to call it a night?
Yeah. Next, I probably will be on another episode, obviously. And that episode, whatever it may be, tell on that series I've been doing forever and ever and go more in detail with it.
Yeah, man. Just let me know when you're available.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, we can do something Sunday.
I'll get back to you on that because I might end up going to the Renaissance Fair on Sunday. Otherwise, if not, I'm off Sunday.
Okay. Yes, let me know when you're available.
I'll let you know on Saturday. 'Cause by then, I'll know.
I was about to say, you're property of Yari Enterprises.
What?
You're property of Drew Yari Enterprises.
Oh, that's.
You are
No.
you are contracted by me. I tell you when to show up and what time to show up at.
Bitch, I didn't sign no shit from you.
Yes, you did.
Bitch, I will go to your house. I will find you and I'll beat the living shit out of you.
I will rape you.
Really? On your podcast, you're gonna say that?
Yes.
I'm gonna take all your shit and just leave you
I will rape
on a
you.
chair. I don't know. I will take all your shit.
I will come on your bald head.
Ew. Ew. That's vile. That's vile.
That's what happens when it gets late at night. I start to run out of insults and I say perverted, terrible stuff.
I'm offended.
No, you're not.
But I am, though.
I know.
I'm offended, but on a biological level.
Anyways, Dev, appreciate you taking time out of your day to be on my show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And did you wanna plug yourself?
Yeah, hi. Subscribe to EIS. EIS. I don't know. Well, you really can't type in YouTube and find it because YouTube's weird. But I'm sure somebody's gonna post a link to the YouTube channels that someone subscribed in this podcast. I was gonna plug that in there.
Yeah, Devin,
One
you should.
better.
Yeah, Devin, you should plug your own shit.
Somebody should post that.
Just text me just text me the name of it because I don't know how to fucking spell it, and I'll just.
You subscribe to it. Just go to the main channel thing, and post the link. Copy the link to it.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'll do that.
You're subscribed to it, right?
I'll do that. I am subscribed to it, bitch. I'll after we're done with this, I'll just post it on the description for the episode.
Yes, please do. That'd be great. Much appreciated.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Anyways, Dev, take care, man.
Okay, cool.
Later.
Okay, cool. Bye.
Okay, bye. Alright. Damn, almost 2 hours. Anywho, my next show will be tomorrow, hopefully. With a friend of mine named Derek. You heard him from last week's show. He's actually planning on starting his own podcast, and we'll go more into that later and probably do something this Sunday. Anyways, I totally forgot. I don't know why I forgot this. The intro of the show you heard was from a good friend of mine named Anthony V. You can find him on Instagram, Earthgrown. He's fucking amazing with music. I just randomly messaged him and I said, "Hey man, is it cool if you could? Is it possible you can make me an intro for my show?" Without hesitation, he did, and then he ended up making me not just an intro but an outro, which you're about to hear in a bit. And I paid him for it, which deservedly so. Anywho, make sure you check him out, man. Check him out. He's a whiz with music, and if you need help with if you have a podcast and you need music or you need someone to make music for you, he's the man to look for. Anyways, thank y'all for listening, and have a good night.